Good morning. Go ahead, lay down on your mat. Let's warm up. Take your arms down by your sides, bend your knees, feet flat on your mat. So starting up at the very top of your spine. So go into the space just at that very upper curvature, the very, very base of the skull. I want you to imagine each vertebrae relaxing and dropping down towards your mat. So starting at the very top with your very first tiny little vertebrae there. Just imagine that vertebrae dropping down. And then the next vertebrae. And then your third vertebrae in the cervical spine. And the fourth. And then the fifth. And the sixth. And then the seventh. Which will take you right there to the top of your back. And then moving down into your thoracic, starting at the top of the back, the top vertebrae, dropping down into the mat, and then the second one, and then number 3, and number 4, and number 5, and number 6, about halfway down through the back, number 7, number 8, number 9, 10, the 11th vertebrae, and your T12, so about at your navel right now. And then moving into the low lumbar and your 5 vertebrae there, so starting about at the belly button. Think about the first vertebrae, just kind of releasing. Number 2, the L3, the L4, and the L5. Being that fusion, then going down into the sacrum, down to the tailbone. So as we talk about articulation, once again, just being able to visualize the vertebrae, being able to move one at a time, but in connection with each other. And just keep feeling those vertebrae just kind of dropping down, and just really no stress in the back, and take a deep breath in. And exhale out to the mouth. And deep breath in. And exhaling out. 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 So going into cervical nods today. So inhale, lifting the chin up. Exhale, nod down to the chest. And inhale, nod the chin up, keeping the back of your head on your mat. Exhale, nodding down. So as you're nodding the head, come back to visualizing each vertebrae moving in the neck. So you have 7 up there. And then you see the vertebrae extending and flexing back and forth. And one more inhale and exhale, nodding down. And then relax your head on top of your spine. Good. Reach your arms up to the ceiling today. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, round your shoulders off of your mat. Exhale, bring your shoulders back together. And inhale, reaching up. Exhale, shoulders back together. And inhale, reaching up. Exhale, shoulders back together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shoulder blades back together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shoulders together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shoulders together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shoulders back together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shoulders together. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shoulder blades back together. Lower your arms back down to your sides. Extend your right leg up, and let's flex and point this morning. So flex the toes back to you and point through the foot. And flex the toes back and point through the foot. And flex the toes back and point and flex 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 and point, flex. Point through your foot, circle the leg in your hip joint. Once again, circling and isolating the movement. Try not to rock your pelvis back and forth. And then reverse the circle of the leg. And then flex your foot, inhale, lengthen the leg away for you to have it just above the mat point, and lift back up. And inhale, lower, exhale and lift. 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 Inhale, lower, exhale and lift. And inhale, lower, exhale and lift. Inhale, lower, exhale and lift. And inhale, lower, exhale, lift back up. Place your right foot down. Extend your left leg up. Flex the toes back to you. And point to the foot. And flex. And point. And flex. And point. And flex. And point. 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 Flex. Point through the foot. Circle the leg in your hip joint. Nice steady hips. And reverse your circle. And flex your foot, lower leg down to hover just above the floor, point, and lift back up. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Lengthening away from me. Lifting back up, lengthen, and lift. Two more, and lower, and lift. One more, lower, and lift back up. Place the left foot down. Take your arms behind the head. So once again, I want you to think about the articulation in the neck and the upper back as we start to come into our abdominal curls. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, starting with the head nod up, then lifting the shoulders up, lower the shoulders, and then the head. And exhale, and inhale. Head moves first. Exhale, nods it forward. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, nodding up. Inhale, lower down. And exhale. And inhale. 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 Exhale. 4 more, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and lower back down. Good. Go ahead, cross the right ankle over the left knee. So even as we work on obliques, still think about that articulation in the upper body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, nod the chin forward. Peel the left shoulder off of your mat. And then peel the left shoulder back down. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Try to keep the elbow open on the left side. Think instead about lifting the shoulder up towards the knee, not trying to touch your elbow to your knee. Three more. One more. Good. Place the right foot down. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Peel that right shoulder off your mat and up to the thigh. And crossing up and lower down. We're halfway there. Two more. And lower back down. Bring your knees into your chest for just a moment. Give a little squeeze in. You're going to take your legs up to tabletop for 100. Take your arms down by your sides. Take a good breath in. Exhale. Nod the head up. Lift the shoulders. Pulse the arms. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. Scooping your abdominals in. And inhale. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. Lower all the way back down. Hug hug the knees back in for a moment. Take your arms out to the sides in a T position. Take your legs up towards the ceiling. Once again, try not, if you're really flexible, I know it's tempting, try not to take your legs towards your chest. Make sure you're really at a 90-degree angle. So your tailbone and your sacrum are on your mat right now, the full sacrum. Pendulum your legs over to the right, keeping your shoulders glued to your mats. And exhale, lift all the way back up to center. And then inhale to your left, right shoulder stays connected to the earth. Exhale, lifting back up. And inhale to your right. Exhale, lifting back up. If the legs straight is not working for you, you can always go into tabletop. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, lift. And inhale, rotate. 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 Exhale, lift. Last set, right. Exhale, lift. And left. Exhale, lift. Same thing, take a moment, bring your knees into your chest. Okay, coming into single leg stretches. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, nod, lift the shoulders up, extend your right leg, take the left ankle, with the left hand, ready and switch. Reach 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take your arms behind the base of the skull. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and crisscross. And 10, 9, 8, 7, cross up 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, release back down. Take a breath for a moment. Our second set, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Nod the head, lift the shoulders, extend the left leg, take the right ankle with the right hand, ready and switch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, arms are behind the head, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and crisscross. Shoulder up and across. Reach, reach, reach. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release back down. Take a breath. Go ahead and roll over onto your left side. You can come into side plank with hip dips. So legs extended out. If you need to keep one knee on the floor, that's fine. Hand pretty much underneath the shoulder. Just go ahead and take your right hand to the right waistline. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lifting up in side plank. Then lower the left hip down and lift it back up. And lower. And lift, lower, 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 and lift. 3 more. 3, and lift. 2, lift the left hip back up. 1, lift the hip up, and lower all the way down gently. Swing your legs around. other side. Right hand pretty much underneath the shoulder. Left hand to the left waistline, straight your legs out a little bit. Take a deep breath in and exhale, lift up. And lower the right hip down and lift it back up. And lower. Lift the right side, dip it down, lift up, lower, and up, lower, and lift, lower, and lift. 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lift all the way up, and gently come back down. All right, guys, let's go ahead and cover the end of your mat for ball rolls. So, lifting the legs up in front of you. Find your balance point. As you inhale, round through the spine, roll through the back, exhale, roll back up. Keeping that nice C curve through the spine the entire time. So the ball is nice and smooth, rolling back and forth. Try not to take the feet up to the ceiling too much. Keep pulling them into the back of your legs. Two more. 1 more. And come back up. Release your legs down for a moment. Second set, either staying and holding on or reach your arms forward. Once again, try to keep those feet pulling in towards you. Ready, roll through the spine, roll back up through the spine. And rolling back. Exhale, scoop and lift back up. Keep looking at your legs, not at the ceiling. I'm rolling back. Exhale up. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Release those legs down. Good. I'm going to turn and face you for spine twist. You can stay where you're at. Legs out in front of you. Once again, tighter hamstrings. Bend those knees nice and high on the sits bones. Squeeze your legs together. Take your arms out to the sides. Then take your rotation to your right 2 times and come back to center. So as you do the rotation 2 times, you will exhale, exhale. Inhale back to center. Inhale, center. So keep your hips nice and steady. Feel that rotation happening on top of the belly button. Once again, if you have SI joint issues and you need to move those hips just a little bit, that's fine. If you have that diagnosis there where you might have that SI joint a little too tight, might get a little grumpy when you torque it like this a little bit. So allow your hips to move if that's the case. And center. And exhale, exhale. Nice and tall to the center. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, center. Last set to the right. And center. And to the left. And center. Relax your arms down. Good. And go ahead and turn back to the side. You guys can stay where you're at. Half roll backs. Once again, slightly bent knees. Don't get them too tight into your chest. Slight bend. Take your arms out in front of you so tall on the sits bones. Deep breath in. And exhale. C curve through the spine. So you come onto, almost fully onto the sacrum. Coming all the way back up. Exhale, pulling in the abdominals. And rolling back up. So I want you to think about articulating from the bottom of the spine up into the bottom of the thoracic spine. So you're articulating for the low lumbar right now. And coming back up. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, lumbar curves. A little bit of the bottom of the thoracic. And up. And exhale. And inhale. inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up, straight legs, take a little forward fold, it's nice and easy. And come all the way back up. Bend your knees slightly again. Keep the arms out in front of you. Turn to your right. So nice and tall. Ready? Exhale. Rolling back through the center of your sacrum and back up. And exhale. And inhale, lift. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, stretching up. Shoulders release down your back. Inhale up, make sure the shoulder blades are sliding into your spine. Inhale, lift. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale, come back to center. Once again, just like that nice light forward fold. Come all the way back up. Take your arms out in front of you. The other side, turn to your left. And exhale, see curve back. Inhale, lifting up. And rolling back. Inhale, lift. And exhale. And inhale. 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 Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to center. Stretch the legs out and reach over. Okay, go ahead, sit back up. Maybe scooch down your mat a little bit for roll up and down. So once again, kind of coming back to that articulation. Thinking about 5 vertebrae in the low back, 12 in the center, 7 up top. So really maybe even count those out as we do our roll up and down and really make sure you're getting that articulation through the spine. So take your arms out in front of you. Once again, you can just soften your knees so you start up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, start rolling down through the low lumbar. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Through the thoracic. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So a little bit harder definitely up in the cervical spine, but you get the idea. And rolling up. Counting up to 7, counting through 12, counting through 5, reach over the legs, and sit back up nice and tall, and rolling down. So just having that intent of 5, 12, and then 7, and then rolling up the same way, 7, And then 5. And sitting back up nice and tall, and exhale, rolling down 5, 12, and 7. And rolling up 7, 12, and 5. And lifting back up and rolling down. And rolling up. And stretching over. And sitting up tall. And exhale, rolling down. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, rolling up. Reaching over. Sitting back up nice and tall. Exhale, rolling down. Try not to skip any part of the articulation. Reaching overhead. Rolling up. Try not to miss the lower lumbar as you come up. Reaching over. Sitting back up nice and tall. And then exhale, rolling down. And stay there, reach arms overhead. And then go ahead, release arms down to your sides. If you need to adjust and switch on your mat, please do so. And then coming into double leg lower and left. So go ahead, bring the knees in. Extend the legs up to the ceiling, squeezing the legs together. And inhale, lower the legs away from you, keeping the spine steady and stable, and lifting back up. Think about your squeezing the muscles in the back body into the spine, hugging those muscles onto the spinal column, lowering down, and lifting up. And lengthening the legs away from you, and lifting back up. And lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. Lifting back up, 2 more, lower, and lift, and lower. Lift back up, and bring your knees into your chest for a moment. And go ahead and roll over onto your right side. Extend your right arm overhead. Legs are lengthened out. Left palm is in front of you for a balance point. Pull the left shoulder down into your spine. So a little side lifts, coming into a little banana shape. We're ready. Inhale, reach the arm away from you and lift the shoulder up and legs up off your mat. And lower down. And lifting up and down. And stretching up and down. And lifting up and down. And lifting up and lower. And lifting up and lower. And lifting up and down. 3 more, and 3, and lower, 2, and lower, and 1, and lower down. Nice. From here, go ahead and turn on to your stomach. Extend the arms out in front of you. Coming into full spine extension. Once again, coming back to that idea of articulation. So articulating up through the upper back and lowering back down. So take the arms out in front of you. Stretch out through the legs. And ready Ready, inhale, stretch forward, lifting up, lowering back down, articulating down. Back of the head lifts up, the upper back lowers down, head follows. Inhale, and exhale. 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 3 more, 3, and lower. 2, and 1, and lower back down, good. Go ahead, turn onto your left hip. I'm going to swing my legs around, so I'm facing you still. You guys can just turn around. Left arm is reaching out in front of you. Right palm in front of you, up on the fingertips for a nice balance point. Squeeze the legs together, pull the abdominals in the front of the body. Pull your right shoulder blade down your back so it's not shoved up to the right ear. Ready, inhale, lengthen and lift the shoulder and legs up off of your mat and down. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And stretching up and down. And lifting up and down. And stretching up and down. And lifting up and down. And lifting up and down. And lifting up and down. One more and stretching up and down. Nice. Go ahead and come back on to your stomachs for push-ups. So either full plank or on the knees. I'm going on to my knees today. A lot of yard work over the weekend. But if you are on your knees, make sure you have that nice long line and you don't have your booty sticking up and back towards your heels. So pick your position. Ready, and inhale, lower down, and exhale, press. We're doing 10. We're halfway there. Pull the belly in. 3 more. 1 more. Good. Take a moment. Take a child's pose. Stretch that out for a moment. Okay, guys. From here, come back out onto your hands and knees. Just a couple of reminders. If the wrist compression bothers you, you can always come up onto your knuckles so you have a nice straight wrist. Or if you happen to have hand weights at home, hand weights laying on the floor, gripping those instead is a nice version too. So whatever is going to work best for your wrists this morning. So take a moment on all fours. Without rounding your back, engage your lower abdominals in to stabilize your spine. So we're moving the abdominals and engaging them to stabilize the spine, not to take it into a curvature. So nice long spine, energy out through the crown of your head, energy out through your tailbone. Try not to let any of that change as you extend the right leg back. So take a moment. If you felt yourself really shift to the left or to the right, bring yourself back into the center. Find length in the spine again. And then extend the left arm forward. Once again, not letting the spine change shape. Keeping your weight in the middle of the body. So it's going to want to counterbalance by sticking the left hip out. Don't let that happen. Pull that left hip up and underneath and on top of your knee. So using the outside of the left leg muscle to pull the leg into the center of the body. When you do that, you're probably going to feel your abs have to kick in a little bit more to keep the stability. And then slowly bring the left hand down, right knee down. Take a moment on all fours. Find the length of the spine again. Feel the shoulders point into the spine. Feel yourself point up out of your shoulder sockets a little bit so you're not dumped down into them. That the top of the arm bone is right in the center of that shoulder socket. Same thing, extend the left leg back. Lift the left leg up. Try not to shift to your right as that happens. Gently pull the ribs in just a little bit. And then extend the right arm forward. Keep that right shoulder plugged in just a little bit. Don't get it too far, reaching forward. Same thing, pull the right hip back underneath you so it's on top of the right knee. Good, and then slowly bring the hand down and bring your knee down to match it. Go ahead from here, come onto your back, and let's do our teasers. So my broken recording today, once again, thinking about articulating up and down your spine as you come up into your teaser position and coming back down to your mats. So nice and controlled. So take your arms out to the sides. Legs to tabletop. Once again, if you need to use the back of the legs with your arms, please do so. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Come all the way up into your teaser, lifting up. And rolling down through the low back, mid back, and all the way back down. Exhale, nodding up. And rolling down. And exhale. And rolling down. And exhale up. And down. And exhale. And rolling down. And exhale. And down. And exhale. And down. We have 3 more. Make them the best 3. As you're getting tired, I know. This is where you build the strength when you're just a little fatigued. But if you're so fatigued that you can't use good form, then you should stop. You don't want to teach your body any bad habits and muscle memory. So once again, as always, quality over quantity. And bring your knees in, take a breath. Okay, coming into bridge pose, put your feet down, take your arms down by your sides. Once again, thinking about the reverse articulation in your bridge pose, so articulating from the sacrum, low lumbar, and up into the thoracic. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull the abdominals low in the pelvis to drop the sacrum down into the earth even more. Going through the low lumbar, lifting up through the thoracic, letting the weight come into the upper back. Hold at the top of your bridge for 2 breaths, inhaling. Exhaling out, press across the collarbones, inhale. Exhaling out. Deep breath in. And then use your exhale to descend down, articulating now from the top of the spine of the thoracic. Then getting to the belly button, continue articulation through the low lumbar, and then into the sacrum, and then releasing into your neutral pelvis. Deep breath in. Exhale. Pressing a little more weight into the sacrum, then allowing it to come into the low lumbar spine, to the belly button, lifting up through the mid-back, weight, then finally coming into the upper shoulders, holding, inhaling, and out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. And exhale, coming back down through the middle of the back, into the low ribs. Feeling that you're trying to put your belly button onto the floor, then through the low lumbar, sacrum, and releasing. Deep breath in. Exhale. Scoop and rolling up. Take another breath. And then exhale, rolling down. And releasing all the way down. Good. Take a moment. Either windshield right where the knees, or just let those knees drop into one another. And then go ahead, lift your knees back up and come all the way into a seated position. Legs out in front of you for flat backs. Either straight legs or soft knees. Sit up tall, legs long, straight side. Take your arms behind the head, elbows nice and wide. As you inhale, lean your picture back that you have right now, and exhale, lift back up. And inhale, leaning back. Exhale, sitting up tall. Inhale, leaning back. Exhale, stretching up. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And lift. 3 more. 3. And lift. 2. And lift. And 1. And lift back up. You relax your arms down for a moment if you want to. Release those legs open. Okay. And then going into our second set with arms overhead. Take your arms up. Feel the difference of the length of the spine when maybe you have a little bit more energy reaching up through the arms and fingertips if it just maybe feels slightly easier. Ready, and inhale, lean back. Exhale, sitting back up. Inhale, stretching back. Exhale, lift. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Last one. And lift back up. Relax your arms down. Good. Go ahead, just keep your legs out in front of you and take a forward fold now. Come all the way back up. Bend your left leg in, leave your right leg out to the side. And then take a nice side stretch over the right leg to stretch out the side body. We've been doing a lot of work on our lateral side body. And come all the way back up. Bend the right leg in so it's in front. And then exhale, fold over both legs to get a little stretch through the back of the right hip into the right glute muscles. Walk your hands back to you. Extend the left leg out to the side. And take your side stretch over the left leg. Try to keep your chest lifted a little bit. Yeah, good. And then come all the way back up. Bend the left knee back in so the left shin is in front this time. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Fold over both legs. And then slowly walk your hands back up to you. And you're all done for today. Thank you so much.